I recently asked a client a question and his response was so genuine, so golden, I knew I had to pass it on to you. Our topic of discussion that day centered around competency. And the question I asked was this: if you were mentoring somebody, teaching them success tips on how you developed expertise, what 3 pieces of advice would you give? Here was his response. He said, number 1, I would tell them to develop a strong prayer life. Ask God for help, then be prepared to go to work. Number 2, I would tell them to embrace uncomfortable situations because that's how we grow. Number 3, I would tell them to be flexible. Remember, there's always more than one way to reach your goal. I thought that advice was so solid. Again, I had to pass it on to you. I also want to take a moment and break it down. Okay, let's look at number 1. Pray, then work hard. I love that. I have talked to so many people that have this mindset. They have a goal, something they want to achieve, an idea, a dream. They pray about it, and then because they've prayed, they say, I really don't need to work hard. I've prayed. If it's meant to be, God will do it. And in my experience, I've found that to be more of an excuse for laziness and an excuse to not take ownership over that goal or dream. Now, I can say that because when I look at the scriptures, the great majority of examples given to us have always shown that there's some kind of work or effort required to achieve the results we want from the prayers. The prayer is asking God to join you or us to join Him in the efforts, not to pray and say, okay, God, you go do it all. So I thought that's great advice. Let's look at number 2. Embrace the uncomfortable, because that's how we grow. It's human nature, isn't it, to want to run from difficult times, uncomfortable situations. If it's conflict, we want to go the other way. But I want you to think about uncomfortable situations like fitness. How do you get better in fitness? How do you improve or increase your fitness level? Well, you have to increase your intensity by adding more weight or adding more speed. When you do that, then you're forcing your body to adapt to a higher fitness level. That's uncomfortable, but that's the way to get better. That's the way to get stronger. So think about life like that. When you have uncomfortable situations in life and you face them, you embrace them, it's like adding weight to your emotional and mental bar. Let's look at number 3. Stay flexible. Believe in your mind and your heart that everything in life is figure-outable. You might not have all the answers. You might not have everything figured out. None of us do. But if you believe in your mind that everything's figure-outable, you can find the answers, then you have a growth mindset. Then the sky is the limit. That's important for you to embrace that. Why? Because a lot of times life doesn't turn out the way we planned. And a door that we thought was open closes. And if you have a fixed mindset, or if you're not flexible, you'll throw your arms up and go, well, that didn't work. That's frustrating. Well, that'll never happen. But I've found this to be true too, that if I'm flexible and open-minded, that opens the door to creativity. And whenever a door shuts, my creative mind finds the next open window over here, but you got to be flexible. So I hope that advice helps you. This is Jason Palmisano, Climb Higher Coaching, bringing you the play of the day, hoping and encouraging you to keep your desire, your hustle, and your focus. And let me ask you this: how would you answer that question if you were mentoring somebody and teaching them success tips on what has made you or given you expertise? What 3 pieces of advice would you give? Journal that. Be prepared and look for an opportunity to share your wisdom with somebody else. Until next time, desire, hustle, focus.